ways we can combat the feeling of emotional healing being physically taxing, especially if we're already a bit physically not well at the time?
Whenever emotional healing feels physically taxing, especially if you're already under the weather, the key is gentle pacing. Sometimes that means smaller steps, like resting more, hydrating, or just taking a breath and allowing space for both your body and emotions to catch up. So if you're feeling under the weather, it's okay to slow down and be kind to yourself in both realms.
How do you know though if you were going to feel physically under the weather anyway, or whether you're exacerbating your physical symptoms because you're doing too much emotional healing at once?
It can definitely be tricky to tell. One approach is to check in with yourself physically first. If you've got underlying health stuff, like those might flare up on their own. But if you notice that after intense emotional reflection, you're feeling extra exhausted or achy, that's a sign to slow down. Balance small emotional steps with some physical care. And if you're ever unsure, just lean toward pacing yourself more gently.
So how do you know though that you weren't going to be physically feeling unwell anyway, and maybe it's not the emotional healing making things worse?
You're right. Sometimes we just feel unwell for purely physical reasons. The best clue is patterns. If you notice your body feels worse right after deep emotional work, or if emotional stress tends to bring on physical flare ups, that's a hint. If you were going to feel sick anyway, like catching a cold, there's no real emotional trigger tied to it. In the end, you don't have to overanalyze. Just give both your emotions and body kindness, no matter the root.
So, but if you don't know if the emotional healing is making your physical symptoms worse, because maybe you don't feel good a fair bit anyway physically for different in different ways. How
In
do
that case,
Yep.
no worries. In that case, the best approach is just to stay really aware of both. If you know you've got physical ups and downs anyway, you can still gently test pacing. Try later emotional reflection when you're physically low and see if your body reacts. Over time, you'll get a sense of what helps or doesn't. Always give yourself permission to rest, no matter what.
Because sometimes you can think if you're having physical symptoms or flare-ups or feeling exhausted or whatever, whatever you're not feeling good way is, sometimes you can think, well, you might want to try and hasten up your emotional healing because then you think, well, that might fix my physical symptoms quicker.
Exactly. It's natural to hope that speeding up emotional healing might relieve physical symptoms. But healing, both emotional and physical, usually isn't something we can rush. Instead, honoring where your body is at while gently working through emotions tends to create more lasting relief. So it's okay to take your time. Your body and emotions will thank you for that patience.
But then too, if you do sort of work on like healing emotionally and feeling your emotions, but then if there is a chance that that's exacerbating your physical symptoms, sometimes you might want to think, well, I'm going to push it anyway because I want to feel better quicker rather than taking the long route of healing emotionally and physically.
It's really tempting to push through like that, especially when you just want to feel better fast. But if you force emotional work too hard, you risk adding more stress on your body's plate. So the sweet spot is pacing, doing meaningful emotional reflection in manageable chunks, listening to your physical needs. You can heal both, just with a little patience and compassion along the way.
Yeah, and I think I'm definitely going round in circles because I feel I'm going round in circles trying to get clarity. So I'm probably repeating myself,
No worries.
which I accidentally do sometimes when I'm trying to get clarity. But then because yeah, I'm still confused because I don't know how much to push the emotional healing because part of me thinks I can't tell if I'm doing too much or not enough.
That's so understandable. Honestly, it's not about a perfect formula. If you're unsure, start small. Gentle emotional work with lots of breaks. If you feel steady, you can deepen it bit by bit. If it feels overwhelming or you notice your body protesting, that's your cue to ease off. It's okay to adjust as you go. Healing doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yeah, but then I don't really notice a direct correlation. I think I'd probably be feeling these physical symptoms anyway, even if I wasn't doing more emotional healing.
That's totally fair. If you've got ongoing physical stuff that's there regardless, then emotional healing doesn't need to carry the weight of fixing it. In that case, you can approach emotional healing more as a steady, separate journey without pressure. You can care for your body as it needs while giving your emotions space. Neither one has to fix the other.
Okay, thanks. I don't think my brain's gonna get around this today. So, but yeah, thank you. Hopefully, that's given
Mhm.
somebody else some clarity.
Sometimes these things take time to settle in, and that's perfectly fine. Whenever you're ready, we can always revisit it. For now, just take it easy and be kind to yourself.
Yeah, thanks.